Hello friends, it's me, Shin, and today I'm coming to you from Henderson on the east side of the Las Vegas Valley, where I'm going to Big B's BBQ. Super happy to have you along. I'll see you inside. All right, everyone, and here we are seated at Big B's BBQ. I love the look of this restaurant. Absolutely nails the Texas style. You've got red brick and oak woods, plenty of TV screens for your favorite programming, and even the wood that they use to smoke is on display. They're very proud of what they got going on here. Now, I absolutely love barbecue, and with the 4th of July coming up, I thought this was a proper time to show off some really great meats. Let's take a look at what they have on the menu. Now, the menu is pretty straightforward. It looks like they have 8 different meats here: chicken, brisket, tri-tip, turkey, baby back ribs, beef ribs, pulled pork, and hot links. They also have a multitude of sandwiches and sides. Now, you can get this served a la carte or in multiple plates. And I think the best way I'm gonna be able to try all of the foods today is with multiple plates. Now, that is a really good looking barbecue menu and a lot of options I'm looking to try today, because you know how it goes in my videos. Every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay. So I'm gonna get a nice variety. In fact, I might even try all of their meats. I'll see you in a little bit when my first plate arrives. And welcome back, everyone. My first round of food is here. This is looking so good. Let me give you a view. This is their smoked chicken and tri-tip along with some pulled pork. And for my first 2 sides, I've got their barbecued beans and some potato salad. I cannot wait to give this a try. Let's go in. Now, the first side I'm trying today is gonna be the tri-tip. This is looking so good. Let's see how it is straight up first. Okay, yeah, that's really good. Ultra tender tri-tip here. Such a soft offering of meat. It's really satisfying. Incredibly juicy. Typically, tri-tip isn't this juicy for me because it is a bit of a leaner cut. Often you don't get a lot of that fat content, but they've been able to maintain the moisture here marvelously. A nice smoke ring, great barbecue flavors, as well as a smoky bark that's been developed. This is a really good tri-tip to start. Now, they have 3 different barbecue sauces here at Big B's. They've got their standard, their spicy, as well as their mustard. I'm gonna go ahead and pour on a little bit of their standard barbecue to start on this tri-tip. Let's see how it is. That's a very nice barbecue sauce. A nice and sweet barbecue sauce here with a nice amount of tang. And I gotta say, the tomato flavor in this barbecue sauce is very poignant. It's a well-seasoned barbecue sauce, a little bit peppery. Definitely one of the sweeter barbecue sauces I've had, and I really like how they emphasize the tomato in that one. That's a good BBQ sauce right there. Next up is the pulled pork. You can just see the fat glistening in the light here. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's quite good. A nice tender pulled pork here. So far, I have no issues with any of the textures. Very soft, but it's also very rich. You can see the amount of moisture on that pulled pork. The pitmasters are certainly doing a great job here. Certainly a lot of smoky flavors when it comes to this pulled pork, and it is enjoyable to eat a good pulled pork here. Now try applying some of their spicy barbecue sauce to the pulled pork, and we'll give this a try. Yeah, it's pretty good. Certainly a lot more heat to that than their standard barbecue sauce, but it's not so spicy that it's unapproachable. A bit of a lingering heat to it, certainly, but I wouldn't say that spice is the dominating flavor. You definitely still get the sweet elements of the barbecue sauce, but it is a really nice burst of flavors. The heat really works well with the pulled pork. I do like that. Now, the last protein I'm trying from this first plate is gonna be their smoked chicken. Now, typically, I'm not a huge fan of smoked chicken when it comes to barbecue places. Oftentimes, I find it dry, and one look at this and you can tell it's gonna be juicy. Let's try it sauceless first. Yeah, that's pretty good. This has to be the juiciest barbecue chicken I've ever had in my life. You can just see the amount of moisture that's been retained here, but the meat is still well cooked through and tender. They did a great job on the cook. Certainly a nice smoky flavor when it comes to the exterior. Although I do think it's a tad under-seasoned. I think I would appreciate a little bit more flavor here. Smoke is definitely the primary flavor that I'm tasting on the exterior. Now we'll hit this with the barbecue sauce as well. I don't think a mustard sauce works too well with chicken, so we're gonna go with the standard here again. Let's see how this is. So much better. The barbecue sauce gives the chicken the extra dimension of flavor it really needed, and now it's so good. That smoky flavor actually helps to amplify the sweetness of the sauce, really letting you appreciate the dichotomy of the flavors here. A little bit of that sweetness and tang rides into the aftertaste. Really a fun taste on the way out. The barbecue sauce makes this chicken so much better. It's really good now. We'll do some sides next. First off, this is their potato salad. Pretty good looking potato salad here. Let's see how it is. Well, that's pretty good. I really like the flavors of this potato salad. It's incredibly well balanced. Nice amount of mayonnaise provides the richness here. In general, very well seasoned. I love the amount of black pepper you see here. A little bit of crunch coming from the onions in here, and a little bit of a spicy sweetness coming from the peppers. Overall, it tastes very good. I think my only issue is that the potato was a little hard toward the center. It was just a tad under. But I think if they cooked those potatoes all the way through and gave them that proper softness, this would be an incredible potato salad. Alrighty, and the last bite that I'm trying from this first round is gonna be their barbecue beans. Now they call it barbecue beans, but I've got a big chunk of meat in here, and it has a great smell to it. Let's see how these are. Those are excellent. I don't remember the last time I had barbecue beans this good. I love everything that's happening here. The beans have been perfectly cooked through. Very soft, but still retains their earthy flavors. A very good barbecue bean here. The addition of the brisket provides a nice meatiness to this bite, as well as a bit of a richness too. You can tell that the fat is rendered into this recipe. But it's this barbecue gravy that's in the beans that's so flavorful. A little bit savory, but nice and tangy, with a bit of a sweetness that's really enjoyable, and a slight peppery kick to it that's really making it oh so delicious. I'm in love with these barbecue beans. I think they're so good. All right, my friends, now that's the first 3-meat plate. This is so good so far. I'm gonna take a couple more bites and then box it up to go because we're gonna do another 3-meat plate next. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. And welcome back everyone. My second round of food is here. This is looking great. Let me give you a view. I got their smoked turkey as well as their brisket and their totlings. And for sides, we got some cornbread, some green beans, as well as their cream corn. It's been great so far. I'm looking forward to trying some more barbecue. Let's do this. Now the first bite I have to try is gonna be the brisket. Now I'm letting you all know this is not my first time trying Big B's. The first time I tried Big B's was actually at a birthday party when my friend catered it. And I thought their brisket, even after being delivered and sitting there for a while, was some of the best I had in the valley. And so now that I'm trying it fresh here at the restaurant, I'm really looking forward to this. Let's see how it is. Okay, yeah, that's so good. Such tender brisket. It's literally just falling apart in my mouth. I got a nice fatty cut there, incredibly moist, and a good beefy flavor. I love the brisket. You can notice a nice smoke ring here. Even on the leaner pieces, you can actually see a nice amount of fat still glistening in the light. And a very classic salt pepper seasoning blend really lets you appreciate the flavors of the beef. What more can you ask for than a smoky, tender, and juicy brisket? I love this. All right, now we'll get some of this Carolina mustard sauce onto this brisket. And Carolina sauces are definitely one of my favorites. Let's give this a try. That is so good. I love a good Carolina mustard sauce. And the one here at Big B's is fantastic. You still get a nice tang, but the mustard flavors are very obvious, a little bit peppery, and a nice little sweetness on the back end there as well. A really great mustard sauce on top of that brisket was a match made in heaven. I really like that. Next up, we'll try the turkey. Now I gotta be honest with you, I'm typically not a big fan of barbecue turkey because it's often very, very dry. But even at first glance, the meat here is looking much more moist than I'm used to. Let's see how it is. Yeah, that's actually really good. Easily one of the most moist barbecue turkeys I've had in my entire life. I'm genuinely surprised at how moist this turkey is. There's a nice flavor here, certainly a nice clean tasting turkey. The smoke flavor from the barbecue is very obvious here, and you even get a little bit of that pink smoke ring on the exterior. I actually really like this. This is probably one of the first times I've actually liked barbecue turkey. I'll apply some of their spicy barbecue sauce to this one. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, it's great. That extra spice really livens up this turkey. Given that turkey is typically less flavorful than your beef or pork variants, you certainly get a lot of additional flavor by adding that sauce. Simply just having this moist and tender turkey with the sauce is actually very enjoyable. I'm genuinely impressed. I really like the turkey today. Next up, we're going in on the hot links. Now they've got 2 hot links here, their standard as well as their jalapeno cheddar. I'm a huge fan of hot links. This is one of my absolute go-tos when I go to any barbecue place. Let's see how these are. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not a bad hot link here, but I think so far this has probably been my biggest disappointment. Not because it's anything bad, but just because I want a little bit more from it and everything else has been so spectacular. I think my biggest issue with the hot link is that it's not hot. I need a lot more spice here. I would love a lot more cayenne in the recipe. While it does have a bit of a peppery kick, I wouldn't classify this as a spicy dish. In fact, I don't even have that much heat in the aftertaste either. That said, it is a well-seasoned sausage, a nice meaty flavor here, and a nice snap to the casing, a good meaty center. While it's not a bad sausage, I don't think it's a great hot link. I just want a lot more spice there. Now they also have a jalapeno cheddar hot link here, and I'm thinking I might get a little bit more spice. Let's see how this is. Yeah, that's pretty good. The introduction of the cheese is actually very nice. A nice salty flavor there, as well as a little bit of an additional rich gooiness to this. Actually is quite enjoyable. I don't actually have too many issues with the inclusion of the cheese. Unfortunately, I have a similar critique in that even with the added jalapeno, I don't have enough spice here. I guess I'm used to my hot links having a lot of kick. And so for my personal taste, I don't know if these would be my favorite hot links. Now it's time for some sides from this plate. First off are the green beans. Very nice looking green bean here. You can actually see the bits of garlic on this as well. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, those are just fine. A nice cook to these green beans, soft but still firm with a nice chew to them. My hat's off to the chef here. Their timing is really great. I really do like the amount of garlic on this. You certainly get a little bit of that pungent flavor. And there is a certain richness to these green beans. They're covered in oil as well as a little bit of butter. I do like that. I think they are a tad under seasoned. I think I would appreciate a little bit more salt and pepper here. But otherwise not bad, certainly a fine green bean dish. And the next side to try is gonna be the cream corn. Definitely a big fan of cream corn. And I'm loving the vibrant yellow color here. Let's give it a try. Yeah, that's a good cream corn. A nice standard cream corn recipe here, but executed very well. There is a nice natural sweetness that's coming through, good corn flavor, and the full kernels have a little bit of bite to them, whereas the mashed corn has a nice creamy texture. Speaking of cream, they've certainly added a nice amount here, providing richness and additional flavor. And in general, it's very well seasoned. Good flavor here, no bland corn by any means. I like that cream corn just fine, a very good one there. All right, my friends, now the last side I'm trying from this second plate is gonna be the cornbread. I love cornbread, although I will say this has a bit of a dark hue to it. Might be a little overcooked, but looks can be deceiving. It's all about what's on the inside, right? Let's see how it is. Oh, how interesting. Not a cornbread that I was thinking about. Very different in flavor. I'm gonna have to think about whether or not I like this. It very much tastes like a spiced cake. Very woodsy. I want to say there's a fair amount of nutmeg or cinnamon in this recipe. But I think there's also some ginger in here, providing a bit of that spiced cake flavor, and very dense in the center. You do have some cooked kernels of corn in here, providing a bit of a nutty sweetness. It's not bad. I gotta admit, I'm genuinely torn on this. I can't say whether or not I like it or dislike it. A part of me actually genuinely enjoys this, and there's another part of me that just wants some standard cornbread. I think I actually like the recipe, just don't know if I want this as my cornbread. All right, my friends, now that's all of the food I'm trying from this second round. I'm gonna go and take a couple more bites and box this up to go because we're gonna do one more. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone. My last round of food is here. This is looking really good. Let me give you a view. Went in on their beef ribs as well as their baby back ribs and their colossal baked potato. I'm a huge fan of ribs and this is looking really good. Let's give it a try. Alrighty, first up, we're going in on the baby back ribs. Super soft. These are piping hot. We'll try it without the sauce first. Let's see how it is. Oh yeah, that's very tasty. Incredibly soft, succulent pork meat here. Just falls off the bone. It's so tender. The fat's been rendered beautifully, a very rich meat here. And I really like how prevalent the smoke flavor is here at Big B's. They obviously care about the flavor of the wood permeating the meat here. It's been present in all of their proteins. Quite the simple seasoning blend, really allowing you to focus on the quality of the meat. A really tasty and smoky rib there. I like that just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some of this barbecue sauce. This is the standard barbecue sauce. And give this a taste as well. Oh yeah, very good. The introduction of that sweet and tangy barbecue sauce works so well here. Again, with the smoky flavors of the meat, you really appreciate the dichotomy of the flavors. Sweet, smoky, and savory all playing very nicely here. A very fine baby back rib right there. All right, my friends, now the last protein to try here from Big B's BBQ is gonna be the beef ribs. Now, when it comes to ribs, beef ribs are my absolute favorite. While I enjoy a good baby back rib, I'm just a beef kind of guy. A nice beefy looking rib here. Let's give it a try. Yeah, that's pretty good. A nice smoky beef rib here. While I won't say this is the most tender beef rib I've ever had, it certainly does have a nice meaty flavor, and it is very juicy. The smoke flavor here at Big B's is easily some of the best in Las Vegas that I've had. You can tell they put a lot of care into their barbecue. The nice woodsy, smoky flavors have just permeated all of their meat so well. We'll get some barbecue sauce on these beef ribs as well. Give this one more try. Very tasty. Just like the pork ribs, the barbecue sauce definitely elevates the flavor so much more. I don't know why smoky, savory, and sweet work together this well, but I'm here for it. Again, because of the contrast from the barbecue sauce, you're much more able to appreciate the meatiness and beefiness of this rib. That's all just fine. I like that quite a bit. All right, my friends, now the last bite I'm trying of the food today is gonna be their colossal baked potato. Now you're able to get these enormous baked potatoes stuffed with either their baked beans or their macaroni and cheese. I love the baked beans from earlier so much that I went with the baked beans again here. Topped with some additional brisket, as well as cheese, sour cream, and green onions here. And I've got a nice fork full. Let's see how it is. Oh, that's pretty good. I already love the baked beans, so I knew I was gonna enjoy that up front. Now the additional brisket that's been added here provides a nice rich fatty layer as well, also amplifying the smoky flavor in the bite. I actually really like the introduction of potato. That starchy flavor helps to balance out a little bit more of that richness. And who doesn't like a good meat and potatoes dish? The cheese blend is nice and salty, and you certainly get a cooling flavor from this sour cream, as well as a little bit of that tang. And toward the end, I did get a little bit of bite coming from that green onion. That was very nice. Now I'm really full, but despite that, I still think this baked potato is quite tasty, a good one here. All right, my friends, now that's all of the food I'm trying today. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple more bites and then box this all up to go because I'm stuffed to the brim. But I do think we have a little bit of room for dessert. Don't go anywhere because sweets are coming up next. And welcome back, everyone. It's time for some dessert, and I went in on their banana pudding. They have a handful of dessert options. I believe some cakes as well as banana pudding, and I'm a huge sucker for banana pudding when it comes to barbecue, so I had to try it today. Let's give it a try. That is really good. I'm in love with this banana pudding. Oh my goodness. It has the most perfect texture for banana pudding. It's thick, creamy, but somehow still airy. It's incredibly satisfying to eat. Great flavors here. The banana is so prominent. I actually also appreciate that the pudding itself isn't ultra sweet. It's an appropriate level of sweetness, letting you appreciate the flavors of the banana. It's fantastic. Vanilla wafers are a bit soft here. I personally prefer crisp vanilla wafers in my banana pudding, but the banana pudding here is so tasty that I'm 100% overlooking the texture fact of these vanilla wafers. I actually really like this banana pudding. This is a good one. All right, everyone, now that does it for my lunch here at Big B's BBQ. Now, recently, while I was filming a collaboration with the mayor of Las Vegas, LasVegasFill, he inquired where I was going to be filming this weekend for my local video. And when I mentioned that I was coming to Big B's BBQ, he let me know that he knew the owners here and got me in touch with them. And so they actually comped my meal today. I'm so appreciative of that. They didn't have to do it, but I'm certainly thankful that they did. I believe all of the food you saw today would come out to roughly $100. 2 3-meat plates and a 2-meat plate with some rib upgrades, as well as this colossal baked potato. Had I paid that $100, I think I would have been totally satisfied with the pricing. I think it's really good here. Now, with the 4th of July and Independence Day coming up, if you're in the Valley and you're looking for some good barbecue, I think you've got a really good thing going here at Big B's. All right, my friends, now that's gonna do it for this Tuesday video where I check out a local spot here in the Las Vegas Valley. Coming this Saturday, I'm gonna be making my return to continue my quest to vlog every single restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip as well as downtown. Make sure you come back for that one. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great week, and I hope you enjoy Vegas with me, Shin. Bye.